But again, I was admitted in hospital for lung infection, a normal chest infection which people get during change of weather. It was a common thing for me, For past 3-4 years, every year I would get admitted to a hospital. So over there, while my hospital visit, or I would say hospital admission time, my family doctor, he saw my fingers blue, and that was the winter starting time. And then he asked me a couple of questions about it. I answered. I was very innocent. I answered everything. And then he said, let's do a couple of tests once your infection is better. And after a month, he asked me to do a couple of tests. We did some tests. It was confirmed that yes, it's scleroderma. And with that, I had lung involvement also. I started having ILD also. Acid reflux also was part of scleroderma, which was troubling me over here. And then he, suggested me to meet the best doctor in India, one of the best doctors in India. He's in Delhi, so I started his medicines. And yes, that was the story of my diagnosis. But it took a couple of years actually to reach to that. And a lot of it was painful. I'll tell you why. Because it actually changed my identity. Because when I took that break, for 2 years I was not working. Okay, and even after that, whenever I was working, it was only for 1 or 2 years. My body just could not take that. I would take a break for 1 or 2 years, then I'll again work for 1 or 2 years, and then I had to sit back at home again.
Yeah.
So it actually changed my professional identity. The family I come from, they are all business family.
Right.
But I had a very different ambition. I wanted to do something in life. I was not clear what I wanted to do. But I got my education, I started working. Very interestingly, I don't want to boast about it, but yes, that was year 2000. I was the first female from my family to go and start working. In fact, in my whole community, because it was actually unheard of. And my parents, they were not really happy when I started working. But yes, I wanted to work. So, it was a very big setback for me that because of my disease, always, I have to put a stop on my career. So, yes, I would say it actually changed my identity.
Right, right. I think that is one of the most sad facts that in most of the rheumatological conditions, including lupus, for example, um, delayed diagnosis is one of the most I think heartbreaking aspects because even my rheumatologists and I've heard so many other doctors keep saying, if we can nip it in the bud and we can diagnose it at an early stage, a lot of these complications can be avoided, right? Like you just told me how your lung got involved. I don't know if it would have been possible or not, but I'm sure the delayed diagnosis would have definitely worsened your situation.
Actually, that was the case. My doctors told me, that was the case. And yeah, gradually, we came to know a lot of things which happened with me. It happened because we had very little awareness about this.
Right.
I'll just share one thing with you. We have best of the doctors in India right now. But due to time constraint, they are not able to spend time with the patient. They actually want to do it. They have the intention. So what happens is only talk which we have with our doctors is mostly about what our symptoms are,
So
what medicine we have to take, and or maybe just 1 or 2 minutes about some other thing.
So true. Actually,
So
that I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that reminds me that from what I happen to read, there is a count that says that there are only 1,000 rheumatologists or so in this country. So that pretty much answers the question. This is why we are not able to get the appropriate time with our doctors.
absolutely. So, in all big hospitals you go, all our top rheumatologists in our country, they are able to spend only 10 minutes. maximum is 15 minutes with the patient, not beyond that, not beyond that.
Yeah.
15, 10 minutes usually, you are not able to understand what precautions you have to take, what you should expect with any disease. It's not only scleroderma, but any autoimmune diseases. And there are a lot of things which you need to be little careful about. Like even if there is a first symptom, you should report back to our doctor. Like I did not know all this. Whenever I had any new symptom, I would never think that it is because of scleroderma.
Yeah.
Because maybe that awareness was not there.
No,
And
also Neetu, like tell me who would see a little rash or frothy urine and think it's nephritis or a kidney failure or scleroderma, unless you're a hypochondriac. So it is yeah. So you can't even expect. It's harsh to expect that you would be able to figure it out in an early stage.
absolutely, absolutely. But see, now I see that after all these years, at least there is some awareness about diseases. At least in our group, we try to make people aware about few things. Like a lot of patients ask us, what can we expect after 5 years? So they just want to know what wrong might happen. It's not that they are scared or, it's just that they just want to be little prepared that they can take precautions or they can do, like after seeing first or second symptom, they can rush back to their doctor. So a lot of things happened in my case, like both my hands fingers got curled. They are not straight at all. Okay. So if you want to see, these are my hands. Okay. So initial years, it was very difficult for me to do anything at all. Like I'm a computer person. I had a career in IT. I had to work on computers. Initially, it was very difficult, to train my hands. And forget about household work. You cannot do anything with these hands. You cannot hold even your towel if you want to take a bath. You cannot hold a knife or cut anything. So it takes a lot of time to condition yourself, to train your body to accept this new you which has evolved with all these symptoms. And every day is a new learning, I tell you. We
Yeah.
keep having new symptoms, then we know, okay, one more wicket down. So then again, we have to adjust ourselves for that. Same thing happens with your mind also.
Yes. Absolutely.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's exactly what I was gonna say, Neetu. Like, just the way I introduced you in the beginning, I see you as a person who has mutated to the situation, who has you've literally redefined every aspect, physically, mentally. You can say, we can say to an extent, you have started from scratch, redefined everything from the most basic, right? So which is why I think, what I have done today is I have taken a set of questions that you may call them philosophical, you can also call them existential, and these are questions that not just patients like you and I, but to an extent, even normal people could be facing. And
Mhm.
so, what I thought was, I'll just start running through the questions quickly, and and we would love to hear how you have been, handling these.